So, I did the Criminal Mastermind Challenge in 2026, and it went like this. Before we start, I should say that this is my second time doing this. I've done this on my PlayStation account, like almost a decade ago. And this time we did it on PC. So while I was kind of prepared and knew what was coming, the same cannot be said about my friends, because they have not even done the original heists before. So through this entire process I had to explain and guide them through everything, including all the possible ways that the game could bug, or stuff could go wrong, and unfortunately some unexpected things still happened. So, you might ask, how did it go? The Fleeka job was successful, as to be expected. It's the first heist in the game. We had to split in 2 teams. Everything went all good with this one. And then we were on to the scariest heist of them all, the prison break. You might ask why the prison break is the scariest, and the answer is pretty simple. It is the most buggiest heist in the game. The main objective of the heist is to protect and escort a prisoner, but you see the problem is that prisoner loves to soft lock, be it by not moving, going under the map, or just somehow disappearing. And over the past couple of years, every time I've tried to do this heist outside of this challenge, I've had all the things that I just mentioned happen. It's a big problem. Now, on top of having to worry about this guard, I had to worry about the other teammates, making sure all of them have enough armor, health, and all that. And since I was on the ground team, to make sure that the stuff with the prisoner goes as smoothly as possible, that meant that there were 2 friends who had to be in the sky, dodging jets. And while I did trust them that stuff will be okay, that they will manage to do it, there was still a decent amount of stress that they'll crash the plane, or the jet takes them down, or whichever one it may be. Luckily, with all that stress, everything went successfully, and then we were on to the Humane Labs heist, which started off really smoothly, but then this happened. And this was the first fail that would make us restart the entire thing. While there are methods to try and save the challenge by exiting the game in some specific ways, that did not work at all due to limitations in Windows 11 and some other stuff that prevented those methods from working that depended on what the other friends had in their systems. So we had to restart the whole thing. With the hopes and dreams of doing this in the first attempt shattered, we eventually tried again. This time everything up to the Humane Labs went very smoothly, extremely lucky and happy about that. When the time came to do the EMP setup again with the Hydras and the lasers, we kept our less experienced friends on the ground, on the carrier, and things went a lot more smoother. And then everything went extremely smoothly for the rest of the heist. Then we got to the Series A heist, which was again a heist that extremely scared me, because there's multiple setups that require you to be in open spaces, and there's a bunch of enemies, like in this setup where you have to collect Pablo Escobar's favorite candy off the yacht. And then there was the heist as well, which required 2 people to be completely out in the open while being shot at by incoming cars, helicopters, and bikes with extreme accuracy. Luckily everything went okay, everything went smoothly, and then we got to the Pacific Standard job, which is the final heist in the game. And everything went smoothly up until we approached the next to last setup, the Pacific Banks convoy. And something really strange happened. So let's examine what exactly happened here. So I shot the helicopter's pilot, and since I've done this heist a bunch of times in the past, I'm used to seeing the helicopter take a little bit of time to fall. And with that previous information, I got back in the car to get ready to block or approach the upcoming convoy, but the game had something else in mind. The helicopter fell and flew all the way to us, and as it was about to explode due to crashing to the ground, turned around and sideways blasted us away. Now thankfully, when I noticed that the helicopter is acting a bit more strange than usual, I decided to start recording on the Rockstar editor because I figured, maybe it'll be like a fun clip. Maybe it'll be like a funny crash clip or something, that I can look at from another perspective. But little did I know I was recording what would end up being our demise yet again. But thankfully we can now analyze what exactly happened. So as you can see, even though I clearly shot a pilot, it has somehow self-revived itself, which doesn't explain why the helicopter was falling up until it was really close to us. The second thing that makes no sense is how it shot us. If you look closely, you would see that the helicopter's minigun was supposed to be shooting straight ahead. Somehow the bullets were coming from the side of the gun, and that's not how this helicopter works. This makes completely no sense. After being extremely devastated, we started the challenge yet again. And this was our third attempt. The new run started with a bunch of snow since we did this on April Fool's Day, and Rockstar really loves to make this day special by adding snow and making everyone who hates snow in GTA Online upset, which I think is hilarious. So while I found the snow to be fun and amusing to do heists in, my friends didn't. So after getting to Humane Labs heist, we decided to continue the next day once the snow was gone. We eventually got back to where we last failed, the convoy setup of the Pacific Standard job. This time I was not taking any chances. I was ready with an explosive sniper and a railgun ready to be used as well, in case the helicopter yet again took a very long time to fall. I managed to get rid of the helicopter and we took the truck, but it wasn't over yet. In this setup, as soon as you get in the mission truck, more helicopters spawn. But they usually spawn in the city and they usually get stuck there and they never end up reaching you up until you deliver the mission vehicle. But I didn't want to take any more chances or any more risks, so I waited and I got rid of the helicopters. And as I thought it was over, one more spawned behind me from a very unusual direction. And this was really intense as I couldn't physically see it, but I saw it on the map and I saw that it was really close. And with all of us trying to take it down before it blows us up, I managed to get a hit on it and it exploded, and then we were safe. And after this fun adventure, we had another stressful setup, which was the bike setup. This one, just like the Series A heist and Prison Break, has been in the back of my head the entire time, because the amount of times I've seen someone die due to either being shot, falling off the bike, or somewhere in between those two things. So I was very stressed about this. Luckily, everything went smoothly and we barely took any damage at all through the entire setup, which I thought was great. And now we were ready for the heist. The heist went as good as can be expected, even though I had to drive with no tires for some time, but that's okay. I've done that a bunch of times before. But we eventually made it to the destination, and then the heist was a success. I am really fortunate and thankful to the friends that joined me in this challenge. It was a lot of fun and I've been waiting to do this for years now. One more time before GTA 6. And thanks to them we were able to do it. It took us a total of 14 hours to complete it. That's with all 3 runs. We were really fast and good on time, even though, as mentioned, some of us didn't have previous experience on these heists. I'm extremely happy with the result and how quickly we got there. This video was a voiceover commentary because I wanted to make everyone's focus be on the challenge and having fun rather than having to worry about a video, and I feel like that really helped. If you have a group of friends that play this game, I'd highly recommend doing this challenge. It gives you something to work towards in the game, and there might be a lot of funny moments, there might be some fails sometimes. So yeah, if you have friends to do it, definitely try this challenge yourself. Depending on your and your friend's skill level, this might go extremely smoothly, or you will have something to do up until GTA 6 releases. It's the most fun I've had in this game in a while, even though I've done this challenge before. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Oh, my friends! We did it!